Welcome here to Hot Legendary Wheels. We are greatly excited and pumped to have you all here today on this show. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Thank you to all of our new subscribers to this channel. We're going to jump straight into the show, Dad, because we got a lot to show them. Starting off with the stats for the 1964 Pontiac GTO and the 1967 Olds Cutlass 442 from Johnny Lightning.
Well, let me tell you something. These two cars here were simply outstanding. The GTO was one of the cars that was kind of born out of just a little bit of what if type thing that Pontiac had instituted. It was every Saturday morning. A lot of the engineers, John DeLorean and his engineers, would get together and have a what if meeting. They'd get out and tinker with the cars, trying to find out, what if we did this? What if we tweaked this? What if we put this particular new product on this car? What will it do? What kind of effect will it have on the car? Well, one day they were out in the shop. John walked up, coming into work that morning, and his two head engineers, Collins and G, were looking up under the car. They had it raised up on a hydraulic lift, and they were even measuring some things into the front of the car. John said, "What's going on?" They said, "Well, we're just thinking, what if we took this standard 326 that GM says is going to go across the board in all the A-body cars, is in this car right here. We have a 389 sitting right over there. It will bolt straight up in 20 minutes. We can change this thing over and change the front springs, and we'll have a brand new thing we can test out here." Yeah, but we could get fired for that too if we're not careful, because, you know, GM said they're going across the board. Yeah, but I think this will really make for a real fun car. Well, I said, okay, we'll do it. They were supposed to have a meeting with all the executives that next Monday morning. So everybody that came, they drove the car, and they was all looking like, man, that's pretty cool. That little 326 had more power than I thought it did. They never told them what was in the car until the end, and they said, we have to make a confession. That's not a 326. That's a 389 in that car. So anyway, the president of the company, he had a funny look on his face, like, started looking pretty stern. John and them, they figured, this is it. This is it. Our job's gone. This is it. We just done something bad. He said, who had this idea? Whose idea was this? This is a crazy idea. I just want to know who did it. So sheepishly, all three of them raised their hands. He got a smile on his face, said, boys, y'all are genius. This is what we've been looking for right here. The 389. The 389 then was put in a select number of Tempest and Le Mans body styles, the A bodies, and sold that year under the name GTO. Well, the first GTOs, they had a standard 389, a single four-barrel carburetor.
And that's this GTO right here.
That's it.
This one right here.
That one right there. It's the 1964. It had the single one-barrel carburetor, four-barrel carburetor from Carter, and it had a 3-speed manual transmission in it. But the next year, another what if came up. What if we put 3 2-barrels? That's why you hear the 389. Yeah, you got the 3 deuces and a 389 and a 4-speed transmission. Now that's the true GTO. The true GTO was born. And for the first time, you could get this package on the Tempest cars, but they were labeled fully and had all the GTO markings, everything on. It was the true GTO, and that's what was born. And they were testing the cars, and it actually would hit, once they put the 400 engine in it, it hit 122 miles an hour in a quarter mile. That's the fastest car that ever been built. This Car and Driver tested it. It was a little controversial, but Car and Driver stood by their numbers, and they said that quarter mile was true. Now, it was named after the Ferrari 250 GTO. This car was actually named after the GTO Ferrari, the 250 Ferrari. And it was named because the GTO stood for Gran Turismo Omologato. Well, they even claimed, and they even tested and said that the GTO was as fast as the Ferrari. Well, this opened a lot of eyebrows. I mean, Ford to this point had owned the performance section of the auto industry. Well, they got knocked off of first place. But that didn't stand too long with other GM members or Ford, because the Mustang jumped right back in, was going to have its say. But the one that took the lead on that was Oldsmobile. they already had a police package out called the 442. The 442 was named that because of the 4-barrel carburetor, the 4-speed manual transmission, and the dual exhaust 442. Well, it also carried a 330W engine in it. Well, what they did, they decided, let's put this package over into our cars, but they didn't promote it very well. So naturally, it didn't sell very well the first year. But what happened was that you could also buy them in 4-door models, and it was not ever put into a station wagon, but it was in the hardtop models. But this car right here, when they finally decided they was going to put a 400 over into the Oldsmobile, this is where your numbers started to tighten up between it and the GTO. The GTO quarter miles, the Oldsmobile quarter miles. But the fastest, once there was the Jack Doc Watson. Remember that name because he was the one who was responsible for the 455 Hearst Oldsmobile. The Hearst came in Peruvian silver with black accent stripes. Very recognizable. But it had the 455 engine in it, and he was the one responsible for that. This tightened everything up because then the Cutlass would actually be able to achieve a 115 mile an hour quarter mile. Still, the GTO was faster, but by 1973, everybody began to slow down because unleaded gas was coming into the picture and low compression engines were started. But from 1964 to 1972 were the true years of the muscle car. So anytime you see these cars out here, if you go to shows or you see them on the road, these are the real deal.
So the question is which is faster?
The GTO held its own.
Wow.
The GTO held its own. And the next best was the Cutlass. And the 442.
Wow, so that's the answer that we're looking for today in these stats.
That's
it. The 1964 Pontiac GTO was faster than the 1967 Olds Cutlass 442.
Yep, but that's not anything to just say, just let that go, because these two cars are probably some of the very best and fastest of the muscle car years. And I'm telling you, these guys were not playing around when they were playing with the muscle.
So let us know what you think about these stats that Dad has come up with and that he has studied about. And we thank you, Dad, for studying on these stats because they're so important. It lets you know the history of these two just legendary automobiles from Johnny Lightning, the 1964 Pontiac GTO and the 1967 Olds Cutlass 442. Next, I want to bring in this special Johnny Lightning. And I love this because this is the 1968 Pontiac GTO.
It is.
Wow. Look at this, Dad. Look at the artwork on this automobile. This is an incredible car.
This actually was a race car, but if you see the body lines and really the refinement in the body and the technology, this was probably one of the best of the GTOs ever built right here.
And this is from Muscle Cars R37 from Johnny Lightning. And one thing I love about GTOs, they are fast.
Oh, yeah.
They own the road.
They do.
And when you see one coming, you know it's the boss.
Well, they were actually called GTO, which stood for, some of them said it was GOAT, the greatest of all time, the great one. But some of them called it the Tiger because in their ads they would open the hood and a tiger would jump out. So, yeah, yes.
Very, very interesting.
To me, they are the great one. They're the GTO, the real deal.
And we go from this 1968 Pontiac GTO. Man, we're just full of GTOs here today, Dad.
Yeah.
We go to this one right here, which is also from Racing Champions Mint Classic Die-Cast Collectible. This is a 1966 Pontiac GTO. Now, I want y'all to know something really quick. Okay,
watch the body style on that one with stacked headlights.
Well, if you notice, okay, let's bring in this one in the frame again. If you notice that this 1968 Pontiac GTO, look at the body style on this one, as you can see. Then, if you look at the 1966 Pontiac GTO, look at the body styles. This one right here is much bigger than that one.
Yep, it is.
So, Dad, my question, and this is probably what, a lot of people, plus it up here says Motor Trend 50.
Yeah,
it's Motor Trend.
Motor Trend Car of the Year.
But, a lot of people probably want to ask this question is, why do they make the car bigger in 1966 than they did in 1968?
Well, the cars, for some reason, it's just the way the Americans were buying cars. This was still the Le Mans and the Tempest base car, but with the GTO equipment on it. And it was the GTO.
Wow, so
you could get that in a convertible. They also came in a hardtop two-door and in a hardtop post two-door.
Over here, we go with this one right here, which is also incredible. This is the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge.
And if you look on the front of that, it says 455.
I mean, look how incredible. I love this. I still call it the Georgia red. Look at that red color right there. That is a beautiful color on that 1969 from M2's Pontiac GTO Judge right here. Look at all these Pontiacs right here, GTOs. Look at the different body styles of them.
When you saw that arrowhead,
this one right here, and this
when you saw the arrowhead Pontiac symbol, that meant performance. You knew you were dealing with a car that was seriously fast.
So right here we have the 1968 Pontiac GTO. Then we have the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. Then we have the 1966 Pontiac GTO. And then you go over here, you have the 1964 Pontiac GTO with all these different body styles. How legendary is that?
Those things are absolutely gorgeous. Those are beautiful, beautiful
So
cars.
I have a question for you, Dad.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I have a question for you.
Oh my goodness.
Which GTO in this picture do you think, and ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to leave comments right now. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Which one is fastest? Which year do you think is the fastest?
I think around the 68 and 69 were some of the fastest of the GTOs.
So you're saying around this one and these two right here are the fastest?
Yeah, once they started getting out towards the end of the year 72 going to 73, everything would be slowing down quite a bit. The horsepower would be going down, the torque going down. They were going down the compression of the engines because they were preparing the engines for the unleaded fuel that was coming down the pipe.
So we went from the Pontiac GTO. Let me move these over here for just a minute. Let's now tune to the Olds 442. And this is really cool from M2's. This is so you look over here. This is a 1967 Olds 442 Cutlass from Johnny Lightning. This right here is the 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442.
I was going to pull you out of 68 and 69, but they were at the bottom of the pile somewhere, and they were for racing champions. So they'll have to come at another time.
So, Dad, I'm going to say with this 1967, I think the 1967 Olds 442 Cutlass was slower than the 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass.
And 1968 was when the 455 with 390 horsepower it was able to be introduced and was pulling those 115 quarter mile.
And now we're going to shift gears.
Yep.
Get it? Shift gears.
Yep. Which gear are you going to? You going into overdrive?
Probably going to overdrive. I'll tell you one thing. I love these next two cars. And, last week we said, hey, we got a car with a car cover on it. And here it is. This is... Who doesn't love Volkswagen?
Since when did they put a car with a car cover? They give you a car cover for your car like that.
Exactly. Here is from Johnny Lightning, unlike anything else on the road, the Volkswagen This is an incredible car. This is a 1965 Carmageddon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to read right here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a 1965 Carmageddon. It has the car cover on it, which is so incredible, from Johnny Lightning. So, Dad, what is so special about the Carmageddon?
Well, the Carmageddon has a rear engine just like the Beetle would, or like it's even the Microbus or any of the models that they built did. And it was an air-cooled engine, but this was going to be more of their sporty type car. But it never was one of the fastest cars, but one of the fun cars to drive. Yeah, it really, really was. And the styling on this car is just simply, it's just a nice looking style and really pretty. I really enjoy the Volkswagen Carmageddon when they were out. I had a neighbor that had one, and I used to go down and help them wash it every once in a while. They'd be down and wash it, and then they'd be putting all the tire shine and stuff on it. And man, it was a cool car. I'd ridden in that car many times. So, but yeah, these are kind of cool cars here.
I tell you what, Dad, I'm a huge Volkswagen fan.
Oh man,
Carmageddons are probably one of my favorites. They are just completely classic, and I just love the body styles of the Carmageddon. I mean, and I think it's awesome how Johnny Lightning put this car cover that you can put on this car. It's like you're protecting the car.
Yeah.
Awesome, authentic style too. And I love the white hardtop on this car as well. Just an awesome collectible.
A lot of these cars came those two tones like that, had a different color roof than the body. Some were all single color, but a lot of them came this way. But the cars themselves, there used to be a lot of them on the road. And it's just a shame that these cars are still not a lot of them on the road. They're beautiful, beautiful little testaments to German engineering and stuff.
Okay, before we jump into the Revel Lowriders, that's right, you're seeing right over here the Revel from Revel Lowriders diecast. We want to take a moment and thank all of our subscribers, all the new subscribers, everybody that watches our videos, Dad. It is so awesome because our viewers appreciate the automobile.
Yes.
They appreciate the history of the automobile.
That's right.
And the reason why we do these shows is to bring you the history from then until now of the automobile right here on Hot Legendary Wheels. Every single diecast that we show on this channel is legendary. That's the reason why we have the title of our channel, Legendary. Hot Legendary Wheels. And Dad, on this Revel Lowriders diecast, you know how we are huge lowrider fans. The 71 Buick Riviera, it says right here it has an opening trunk, exclusive positionable axles, so the axles go up and down. Dad, this is an incredible diecast from Revel.
I have some more of these diecasts too, but this particular one is called the Boat Riviera. As you can see, it has the long back, the big back window, and a lot of people would call them the Boat Riviera. It kind of resembled a boat in a way, but the body styling was unique and very beautiful to me. I enjoyed seeing them going down the road. They would make you turn your head when you saw them. When they first started coming out, you had to, whoa, what's that? And then you realize, oh, that's a Riviera. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful car. And so it just, I don't know, Buick has always been very good at styling their cars. It's sort of like a Cadillac. They're very, undeniably a Buick when you see it, very recognizable.
I'll tell you one thing. I call these the boat, the boat cars. I love the 76 Grand Prix. I love, of course, the 71 Buick Riviera. I love the 74 Monte Carlo. All these 70 model cars are boats. I mean, they're boat on wheels. And I love the styling of these cars. I actually wish the automobile would come back to this. I think this is completely legendary.
I think they should maybe even do a retro of the maybe some of the 60s Buicks. But this 70 Buicks are beautiful. We're going to have some 70s Buick wagons.
Okay, hold up.
Why?
Hold up. What do people have to do to to see your
it would help if,
Buick wagons.
Hey, please tell people about us. Tell people when you come in contact with different people, say, hey, check out this channel, Hot Legendary Wheels.
Yes.
We're having a good time watching it. They are a lot of fun. Well, it would help to subscribe but I'll be bringing them out.
Dad, and maybe not this next video, but in a couple other videos coming up, we're gonna get Dad to show in his collection some of his wagons.
Yeah.
Was it the Buick wagons?
Yeah.
So subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss out on this, because he's got some incredible, authentic, legendary Buick wagons that y'all have got to see that you don't want to miss. So
some people would look at wagons even years ago. They'd say, well, oh, that's just a family ride, you know. But hey, no, some of these wagons would deceive you because they had the big block V8s. They had everything it took to be a muscle car.
Yep.
And even today, they're highly sought after because you can do a whole lot of things with a beautiful wagon from back in the 60s and 70s.
So far, we have brought you the stats between the 1964 Pontiac GTO and the 1967 Olds Cutlass 442. Also, we've shown you the different years of the Pontiac GTOs, the different years of the Cutlass. We have shown you the Johnny Lightning Volkswagen Carmagia from 1965 with the car cover, and the Rebel Lowriders diecast 71 Buick Riviera, which I am a huge fan of lowriders. And now we're going to shift into second gear. So we went from first gear, now we're in second gear. And Dad, we are huge Hot Wheel fans.
I'm going to outrun you then because I already hit fourth.
Okay, so you're already fourth, I'm in second. So you already beat me. You already beat me. Okay, so you are the Pontiac and I'm the Cutlass. So here's the deal. We're going to shift gears now to Hot Wheels.
Go, baby.
We are huge Hot Wheels fans, and the other day went to Kroger, and these Hot Wheels are part of the M case. Mm-hmm. Now I know the M case is a little bit older, it's a little bit behind, but these are legendary. Every single Hot Wheel is legendary. Every single Hot Wheel is authentic. And so these are really cool. So we came across these just the other day. The first one right here is the Rally Cat. The second one is Bulletproof, and the third one is the 17 Bugatti Carrara Roadster. I love these three diecast, Dad.
They're very beautiful.
Very legendary, very awesome. Part of the M case of 2019 this year. And so I love this Rally Cat. This is an off-road vehicle, an off-road car. You can go and take this thing mudding. You can take these to rally races and have a good time with them. I love the Bulletproof. I love the see-through car. This is a race car on wheels. And who doesn't love the Pagani? I love the 17 Pagani Carrara Roadster. Very incredible, legendary, authentic, exotic.
The designers of these cars from Hot Wheels and Mattel, they have done extremely just a beautiful.
Hold up, they've done what? A legendary job.
Yes, you have. All these cars will be legendary. They'll be around for a long time. So we thank y'all. We thank everyone who's had a part in designing all the cars we've shown today and making diecast of. Many people collect for different reasons. I mean, I do it because I like it. It's fun. It's fun to look. But one of the big reasons I collect is for the history of it.
Yes.
As you notice, I'll have different. I look for if I don't have a particular year or model of a car, I'll try to look so it fills in a space or a body style that fell right into that space in history. So I'll have some representation of that as far as present a history lesson as well. So of the automobile, history of the automobile here in America and around the world.
So we shift gears once again, and I want to show them this special treasure hunt.
A treasure hunt?
A treasure hunt that Brother brought us.
Oh, yeah.
And it's right here.
Yes.
Oh. See it?
There it is right there.
There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally going to be in the next video. Oh. So if you want to see this, you need to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because this special treasure hunt, you don't want to miss out. Brother brought us this treasure hunt. He found it at a local Kroger store. He actually found, I think, 5 of them at a local Kroger store. And he just went in the Kroger. He's like, here's 5 of these same treasure hunts, which is completely legendary. So he brought us one of these. Actually, brought us 2 of them. But we're going to show you one of them. Oh man, can't show it all. Oh, there's the top. The top's there's the top right there, but you can barely see it. So you need to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for seeing that special Hot Wheels treasure hunt.
I'm telling you what, guys. Yeah. I tell you what, he's going to tease you until you do subscribe.
The next ones we have are special. Also, we found these at Kroger.
Yeah.
And this one is the Piranha Terror and Dad, the Indy 500 Oval.
Bad boy right there.
Wow. Hot Wheels Race Day. These are part of the K-Case. So we have the K-Case right here, and then we had some of the M-Case, part of Hot Wheels. Authentic legendary automobiles. Dad, who doesn't love racing? And I'm a huge fan. They also come out with a green color of this, of the Indy 500 Oval.
Yeah. All forms of racing are cool, and they all have their own characteristics within those type cars they race. But this Indy cars, the open wheel racers, boy, I tell you what, you got to be pretty brave to be doing over 200 miles an hour around the track in one of these cars. They're beautiful though, and they're fast, and they're just a lot of fun. A whole bunch of fun just to watch race.
Also, what do you think about the Piranha Terror? How awesome, how legendary is this? This actually came out in a treasure hunt, which was really cool. About a couple years ago, this came out in treasure hunt.
That's right.
But this is a special color, Dad, that we found at Kroger, which I thought was completely awesome.
Yeah.
All right, stay down. Which I was completely awesome about. Man, this treasure hunt really wants to be shown. Like, it just keeps popping into the video, wants to be shown, but I've told it, it's, people literally got to subscribe to see this car.
That's right.
With that being said, we have had so much fun with each and every one of y'all here today. And if y'all have enjoyed this video today, subscribe to the channel if y'all have enjoyed this today. I know that we have enjoyed this. Look at the Hot Wheels that we have shown y'all today. Authentic, legendary exotics and racers and beasts, incredible daredevils of Hot Wheels.
That's right. These
are incredible Hot Wheel cars from the M-Case and the K-Case of this year, 2019. It was a huge blessing to be able to show you all that today. And, of course, we have shown y'all so many, like the Rebel 71 Buick Riviera, the Johnny Lightning 1967 Olds Cutlass, the 1964 Pontiac GTO. Oh, and let's don't forget about the M2, Dad, 1970 Olds Cutlass 442. Oh, and what about this bad boy, the 1966 Pontiac GTO? And I just completely love the Volkswagen Carmagia with the car cover from Johnny Lightning. And what about this authentic M2 right here?
The big 455.
Yes, man.
GTO.
That's right, the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. And over here, the 1968. Man, we have shown y'all so much here today. We are greatly, Dad. I want to say this. We have the best viewers around.
That's right. Second to none.
Second to none. Y'all are awesome. Y'all make this channel go. And next week, Dad, we're going to have a very special show for him. I'm not going to tell him what's going to be coming on this next week because this is going to be legendary.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff.
But I do know that this big guy's going to be showing up. Oh, stay down.
Yeah, y'all better show up, or you're going to have to put up with this guy here, man.
Look at this. Look at this. He's just being rude, completely rude right now. I'm telling you, completely rude.
Mind your manners, son.
So, in order to see this, once again, you've got to subscribe to the channel in order to see this treasure hunt. Thank y'all for joining us here today. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. The best way to grow this channel, Dad, is definitely to subscribe, hit the notification bell, but share.
We can't say that enough. We can't say that enough. Please do share with everybody you know.
So, Dad, I have one question before we leave.
What's that?
One question.
Mm-hmm.
Which of these do you think, if the flag went down, would win?
Well, I have to say that little goat right there would be the one going across the line first. That
Really?
About 1968 GTO.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah, you go ahead.
You got to subscribe to the channel in order to hear my answer to this. Got to subscribe to the channel.
That little 442 is going to give it a run for its money, though.
Yes,
sir.
Definitely. Hey, let us know what y'all think if we can have. We're going to try to put some more treasure hunts into our videos. Let us know. Hey, leave comments. We love comments. Leave them comments. And until next time, keep being
legendary.